The dev has been updated, guys, so let's take a look on some of the changes that is here. The first one that I wanted to talk about is that the Tornado IDS MLU Red 8 is actually ready, if I'm not mistaken now. So let's take a look on this aircraft really quickly. I might do a whole video about it, but yeah. So remember, the main thing about this aircraft that wasn't ready was the payloads. So now you can see that we have all the payloads. So let's take a look. So you can take the normal large countermeasures there, normal AIM-9Ls. I was hoping for maybe an AIM-9M, but yeah, no, AIM-9Ls. And then we check it out some of the new weapons. So the first thing is that the normal weapons are here, but you can take some normal JDAMs, as you see, GBU-38, but then also the GBU-54, which is the laser JDAM. So the JDAMs that are also laser guided. Of course, that brings the Lightning II pod together over here, which is pretty interesting. And then you can take some other bombs, like for example, the GBU-39. So you can take the GBU-39s down there if you want to so have a lot of GPS guided glide bombs, for example, right? So let's just go back here with the normal laser JDAMs. You can take some other larger JDAMs, as you see, the GBU-31, the GBU-32. You can take another one that is pretty interesting, the eGBU-24B, which is basically like, I think the model is wrong yet, but it is basically a new bomb, I think. I don't think this is what it was in the game. It is basically a GBU-24 that is laser and GPS guided, which is pretty interesting. So a larger bomb for that. And then of course you can take more laser JDAMs over here. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. The normal bombs as well. This would be the maximum payload that you can take with the laser guided JDAM. So 5 JDAMs together with the pod. Here it's just non-guided stuff. You can take a non-guided stuff here, but I think this will be removed since it's clipping through the to the pod there. So yeah, let's fly the aircraft a little bit. Hold up. So yeah, but basically the aircraft is here. It's 11.3. No AIM-9Ms, I said. So yeah, I don't know, like maybe you would have a higher BR, so maybe it's fine, but it's basically a modernization. So you can see that the cockpit itself, it's pretty much the same as the other ones, and obviously you can use your laser guided JDAMs over here to get some kills. Let's see if it's, yeah, it worked. So yeah, it's a very cool aircraft, and it's a modernization of the 95 basically, right? So nothing too crazy, but it is cool to have another attacker for Italy that has the laser JDAMs. You know, it was something that I think only was used by the Germans on the German modernized, Asta Tornado, right? So yeah, it's gonna be there. Same BR, kind of weird, but for tanks 11.3. So I don't know, maybe you will have a higher BR. I don't know. Like, this thing might deserve a higher BR and then the AIM-9Ms. I don't know. But another new vehicle is the VT5. Yes, the VT5 is here. Let me buy it just to be a little bit easier to show to you guys. So here it is. The VT5, the new Chinese squadron vehicle, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's a squadron vehicle. And it is basically, I mean, I want to say the evolution, but it's not really the evolution. It's just, it's a new tank, but it's pretty much on objective. It is the evolution of the Type 62. It's a light tank for the Chinese army. With the VT5 name, it was actually the export, but still, you get the idea, right? So it does have an auto-loading mechanism, apparently, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's not really like 100% ready, I think, but yeah, no armor at all. Obviously, it's a light tank, so no armor for now. I think this will be a little bit of armor, but it doesn't have a lot. It doesn't have a lot. You can check it out. The stats, I mean, you can even see that it's not really yet ready because this is supposed to be a 105, not a 125. You can even see that it's kind of like an L7, right? And you can only fire the heat round for now. So for sure, it's not ready yet. But let's try to test. Let's see if it crashes the game or anything. But yeah, it's a new tank for the Chinese squadron vehicle, which is pretty all right. Yeah, it's really bugged, but oh my god, the gun is, yeah, it's really weird right now. The machine gun doesn't work, so it's for sure like really work in progress, but it is still an interesting thing. Let's see the mobility. Of course, the gun, you can already see that it's working somewhat. Let's see, I think it's using the wrong ammunition. It feels like it's the one of 125, but it's supposed to be a 105, so for sure you will be updated in the upcoming days. The mobility is not the greatest thing ever, but it's not slow as well, I guess. Like, look at this. It's not, you know, it's not slow, but it's not the greatest thing ever. Let's see the depression. Not the greatest depression ever. I think it's not ready yet, but yeah, even the gun is not really working. So yeah, but this is the VT5. Again, I mean, it's hard to show a vehicle that it's not really ready to be shown, but here it is, the new VT5 for the Chinese. And then we have some things changed for the F-18s. We start off with the ammo count. So now you can see that the ammo count is right, if I'm not mistaken. So it's no longer 900 and something rounds, it's 578 for all of them. So now it makes a little bit more sense, right? We have the right BR for the F-18C early. So as you see, 12.7 now. So finally it is at the right BR. The F-18A has a cockpit, so let me show to you guys that really quickly. So yeah, here it is. It didn't have a cockpit yet. It's very similar to the C model, but still it is an updated cockpit from what it was before. So I mean, he didn't have a cockpit before, so now he has one, which is pretty good. We have the F-18C early with the Sparrow here fixed as well. Before it was kind of bugged, but now it's fixed. Another thing is that the late model of the F-18C got an update on the cockpit itself. So let's take a very quick look. It's very small. So as you see, it's the radar screen. It's a more modern one. The radar, like the cockpit itself, is a little bit more modern, right? But in a general sense, that was changed as well. So it is a little bit more realistic and a little bit better now, so which is pretty cool, right? So yeah, then for the J11B, so the J11B has some interesting changes to it. The first one is that they removed the thing for bombs over here, but they added the thermal imaging system for it, but it's not really here yet. So it's definitely not ready, but they're doing something with guided stuff over here, or maybe just like the camera system, I don't know. So I don't know, they added a camera system there that it's not really there. And another thing they changed, the missile itself, I think it's the same, but if you take a look on the PL-8B, now it does have the IRCCM, so the missile is, I think, ready. It's just the same good old Python 3, but now with IRCCM. Let's test the missile a little bit. So here we are, for example. Let's try to fire. I gotta say, the sensor for this thing, not the greatest sensor ever, although I know it's a MiG-15, but you know, still, you gotta get really close. So the missile itself, it is still pretty good as a, you know, maneuver beam missile. See, like it turns very well. It's not an R-73, but it's still pretty good. And now with the IRCCM, it is probably the best missile, Chinese proper missile technically, in the game, right? And basically this is it, guys. There are probably other things, small things here and there, but these are the major things that I found. Okay, if there is anything else that it's different, and expect more updates coming like tomorrow and stuff, I will be covering for you guys. Okay, so I see you guys on the next one. Make sure to subscribe, always helps. We are almost at 50,000 subscribers. Remember, when I get to the 50,000, probably shortly afterwards, because we are in the middle of the update cycle, I will do a special video showing a little bit, maybe not a face review, but like a country review, basically, right? Just maybe driving around and talking a little bit and doing some things that I'm planning. Okay, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, and bye guys, see ya.